For a movie that isn't getting a lot of publicity or fanfare, this movie hit. Azrael just hit theaters this weekend. You know we have to talk about it. Azrael, directed by E.L. Katz, starring Samara Weaving, and this film takes place after what people call the rapture. And it follows Samara Weaving as she is being chased by this cult like group or a religious cult, um, as she tries to navigate this one location of these woods that they're in. Um, and man, this movie was definitely a shock. Starting off, this movie has zero uh almost zero dialogue. They barely do any talking. There's like one scene with some talking, but this movie for the most part is dialogueless. And honestly, I believe it works. It's more impact. It makes some of the scenes more impactful. Um, not gonna go into not gonna go into spoilers or too many details, but when certain situations are happening to people, and and they know, and they wish they could use their voice, that they could yell, that they could talk, that they could scream, but they can't, or they don't, and they haven't. So, um, definitely an awesome utilization of that. I also love the fact that it does take place in this one location of these woods, and I believe it's very effective. The woods are always scary. The woods are scary at night. The woods can be scary during the day, and I believe that this film utilizes its location and it's set very well. Another thing I really like is the creature designs in this movie. They're it's definitely I mean, don't get me wrong, not all of the creature designs work for me, but most of them work for me, and I believe were very effective, especially in the night scenes and whenever it was dark. uh I really enjoyed what they did with it there. uh I love the fact that they tried to, I feel like what the movie was trying to say was, what's more dangerous, the monsters that are humans or the monsters that are out in the woods? And the creatures that are out in the woods are, more feral, more animalistic, and humans are more cold and calculated and know exactly what they're doing. So uh I don't know. I just really liked how I feel liked and felt that they were trying to tell us, hey, you have to look at it from both sides. Who's the real monster in all of this? You know what I'm saying? Um, so I believe it did a really good job. Uh, this movie just did a great job with its tones and its themes. And, there was some things I didn't like about this movie, but before I get into the things I didn't like, Eli, what did you like about this movie?
Not gonna lie, bro. I feel like it was. I mean, yeah. As with any apocalyptic story, it's always gonna be a question of, is it the zombies or whatever we're dealing with, or is it the people? And most of the time it's the people, and I feel like this movie is definitely in that category. Gave me a lot of Last of Us 2 vibes with the Separites, communicating through whistling, the wooded environment. Um, the movie overall was pretty good. Not having any dialogue, I feel like it was effective. And explaining the plot through cinematography and you know um, symbolism and it was a very basic plot, so there really, I feel like, wasn't much to explain. However, it did raise some questions, especially at the end and um, in certain parts of the movie where there were like little montages and flashbacks, like there is some overarching plot, but I didn't really, pick up on what that overarching plot was. Um, Overall, it was good. I feel like the action sequences were good. Um, I was entertained the whole time. I don't think it was anything too amazing or special. I found the society after the rapture pretty interesting. I I feel like this isn't a spoiler because you see it in the trailer, but they've got those scars on their necks,
Yep.
so I feel like they're voice box or whatever has been like cut out or something.
Right.
Um, it also makes me wonder that if perhaps maybe she had been part of that cult or maybe part of a rival cult, you know,
Mm-hmm.
at some other time. And maybe that's why they were, you know,
Chasing her, hunting
chasing her in the
her.
first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I was gonna say I agree with you. 100%. One thing I didn't like is that we were. Don't get me wrong. You don't always need explanation for what is going on, but this movie is one of those movies I feel like could have used further explanations, maybe flashbacks or something like that. But with the crisp 1 hour and 26 minute runtime, you know,
yeah.
you
I
know,
feel like the story is very, I mean, it was straightforward
cut
in
and
what it
dry.
was.
You know what I mean? Cut and dry.
With some exposition, like maybe some tapes pre-rapture or like, I don't know. Um, why are these people still here? I don't know.
Exactly.
It's I don't think you're supposed to know really.
Yeah.
Um,
I
that would
guess
just
that's a
take away
big
from the
over an overarching part of the mystery, but I sat there wondering the whole time and it felt like we never got answers for that. Without getting too spoilery, we
yeah.
never got answers for why these people are the way they are and, why they're just secluded in the woods. Is there other people? The world feels like there's more to explore, but we didn't get to explore the world. We explored this one situation inside of this world.
This one character, Azrael, the angel of death.
Absolutely. Yeah. But another thing I didn't like about the movie is that there wasn't really any dialogue in the movie except for one scene, and without getting too spoilery, you can't even understand the dialogue. I would there could have that could have been a point in the film where we actually got some exposition of what the fuck is going on inside this world, but it never came.
I like to imagine that. I mean, again, I don't really think this is too spoilers because I mean the main character doesn't know language. She hasn't heard anyone speak. So whenever we heard dialogue, it was gibberish. So I wonder if it was just trying to put us in her shoes. You feel me?
That would if they're doing that, that would be cool. Like we couldn't understand. Like he was actually talking to her, but we couldn't understand it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can accept that, but I don't know. I wish, like I said, I'd actually like to explore this world some more. So if they were to like make a prequel, and prequels aren't always the best, but if they could make a prequel and let us explore this world of how, how this came to be, I would like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Eli, any more thoughts on this one?
Nope. Solid watch. I enjoyed it.
Solid watch. Probably give it 6.5 out of 10, maybe seven
Yeah.
out of ten.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad movie. Good horror movie. Good action. Overall, enjoyed the movie. And that ending, though.
Yeah, that ending was pretty solid.
Yeah, we might have to talk about that at some point. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it up to you down in the comments section. Did you see Azrael? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let us know down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you like this review, please hit that like button. And if you want to get more content just like this, hit that subscribe button. It always helps the channel grow. As always, peace.